Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What's up, Rams?
I'm John.
And I'm Mariana. Welcome back to Ram TV. On November 6th, we will be having midterms, so most teachers will probably provide a summative assessment, so be prepared.
And November 8th will be our Veterans Day Assembly. And here's Dorian with the sports.
Hey guys, my name is Dorian, and this is our weekly sports. Last Friday, football lost a great game to Bonnie Lake in overtime, 20-23. The record is now 2-5. Boys water polo plays Saturday at Auburn Riverside. Football plays today for our homecoming game at Stadium. Admission is free with ASB and $6 without. Don't forget to be there and support your Rams. That's all we have for this week. Back to you, John and Mariana.
Thanks, Dorian. So, do you play any sports?
Yeah, I play football.
Where are you on?
I'm on JV.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. On 29th, the show choir will be having a concert at Alderbrook Resort.
And that's pretty darn cool. Here's our ASB with some homecoming announcements.
Hey everyone, my name is Olivia.
And I'm Alexis.
And we just wanted to tell you to be at the dance tomorrow night. It is going to be from 8 to 10 p.m. and the theme is Hollywood.
And also, if you haven't bought your tickets yet, they're going to be $20 at the door. And there also will be a coat check if you don't want to wear your shoes. And back to John and Mariana.
Are you going to homecoming?
Yeah, I am. I'm showing up as a salt pack.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
did tell me that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And before we leave, here is our featured teacher with Mr. Chantler.
Hi, I'm Mr. Chantler. I teach English here at Wilson High School. I teach freshmen, juniors, and seniors. One of the biggest reasons I like teaching here at Wilson High School is because this is where I went. I graduated in 2002, so it's really cool to be back where I went and get to work with teachers that taught me. So things I like to do personally, I'm a TV fan. I like, the show like The Office, The Ranch. I love just watching like good comedies. I'm a huge stand-up comedy fan, so I've seen a lot of really cool guys live, like Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Joe Rogan, really other famous guys like that. So I love going to stand-up comedy shows. I like listening to music. I like some older stuff, so guys like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Louis Armstrong, kind of the old guys from the 50s. But yeah, you'll see me around town a lot with my kids. That's one of my favorite things to do, just hang out with my kids. My son loves coming here to Wilson, so we like to go to football games, basketball games, volleyball matches, tennis matches. We like to try to see everything we can here. So quite often, if you see me around, you'll definitely probably see me with my son. My childhood was pretty easy, I guess you could say. My parents were both like really involved parents, so at first I didn't really like having them around a lot. They were always the parents that like volunteered for every field trip, always did every little event, and I used to think that was like uncool that like mom and dad were around all the time, especially as I got to high school. I was a good student, but I was also a really social student, so I skipped class from time to time. I would talk to my friends instead of doing my work, and so always made it awkward to skip class when you'd walk out in the hallway and your mom would be walking down the hallway because she was volunteering that day, and you'd have to like run into a bathroom to try to hide so she didn't catch you. So I wasn't like some like really goody kid, but I really tried hard. I valued school a lot. I valued athletics a lot, so I tried, my goal was to like get a scholarship to play basketball, so I always tried really hard in class just because I thought, that was what would help me. Even though I never played basketball in college, that was my goal initially. But I was a lucky kid growing up because I had parents that were really there and around, and they tried and they pushed me and they gave me really good advice. So, that's another reason why I teach too. I want kids to feel like they have an adult that they can count on, because I know I was lucky enough to have that, and I know unfortunately not every kid has that, so I try to be that extra adult for them that they can kind of count on and look to, because that's what I was given as a kid.
That was a great segment about Mr. Chantler.
Well, that's all we have for you this week, Rams. And until next time,
Go Rams!